Welcome to Adult ypww Lesson 7. I do not own the rights to this music. Today's topic is The World is Ever Changing, but God Remains the Same, Part 3. The lesson text is coming out of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and chapter 3, Hebrews chapter 10 verses 22 through 24, and 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verses 12 through 14. The memory verse. I will read the King James Version first, and then the New International Version of Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. The New International Version of Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. I, the Lord, do not change, so you, the descendants of Jacob, are not destroyed. This week, our discussion about our ever-changing world and the consistent guidance of God continues. We will discuss 3 strategies or best practices to help you to survive the various changes in life that you may experience. First, give attention to the details of your situation when possible. Second, ask for help from family, friends, or trusted leaders when needed. Third, earnestly pray for, expect, and follow God's directions. These 3 basic directives can be applied to most situations of uncertainty, and they are our platform for this discussion. We find these principles practiced in the life of young Samuel as we continue our study of his successful life in ministry. Samuel models a biblical and principled lifestyle. However, to be fully engaged with the leadership and guidance of God, your salvation is a required prerequisite. For it is through the saving power of Jesus Christ we gain greater access to the directives of God. If you are saved, we celebrate and applaud your decision to follow Jesus Christ. If you are not saved, at your earliest convenience, please ask your pastor to explain to you the plan of salvation. Some believers are more concerned about the big picture of projects and assignments. They only want to know the main idea. However, sometimes it is necessary to give attention to the small details of our assignments. Samuel showed this principle of giving attention to details by following Eli's directions explicitly. 4 consecutive times, he runs back and forth from his room to Eli's, trying to determine who is calling out his name in the middle of the night. Each time with no objection, Samuel obeyed Eli's directions to go back to his room. On the 4th run, Samuel now has some extra directions of how to answer the voice of God, and it worked. Samuel's attention to detail blessed his life. Eli knew that Samuel could be trusted because the principle of attention to detail operated strongly in his life. In contrast to this principle, there will be times when you will have to make a decision and not have all of the details. Just move forward and make the best decision you can with the information that you have. This scenario is the exception, not the rule. Ask for help. Sometimes it is not easy to ask for help, especially when you have been rejected by those who could help you. Samuel didn't know who was calling his name, so he ran to Eli and asked him for help. It is important to note that he did not ask Hophni and Phinehas for help. He asked the most trustworthy person in the house, Eli. Finally, after 3 inquiries, he got the answer he needed. This model of ask and keep asking is sometimes necessary for us to follow. If one trustworthy source rejects your request for help, find another trustworthy person and ask them. Do not be ashamed to ask for the help you need to reach your goals. If you need help with a task at work, ask a colleague or supervisor for assistance. It is okay to ask trustworthy colleagues, managers, and friends for their expertise in the areas you need help in. Similarly, ask church leaders and pastors for guidance with any type of help that you need. They may know of agencies, organizations, or groups that can meet your specific needs. In Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 and 8, Jesus said, "Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Wow! This is a powerful declaration. This scripture includes repetitious requests. Prayer is the essential conversation we have with God that helps us bring together everything we do and ask for in alignment with His will. Samuel's first conversation with God was a phenomenal prophetic encounter, which began his wonderful prayer life with God for the remainder of his ministry. As believers in Jesus Christ, we have exclusive rights and privileges to access directives from God. The presence and influence of God will be constant in every believer's life. However, every believer will face challenges as well. It is our duty to learn methods of triumph for every problem we face. Today's lesson discusses 3 best practices to help readers overcome challenges and live successful lives: attention to detail, requesting help, and earnest prayer. We find these winning guidelines in the life of Samuel. The questions for today's lesson. Number 1. Our 3 best practices discussed today were attention to detail, asking for help, and earnest prayer. Share an experience in your life when you successfully use one of the practices. Question 2. God trusted Samuel. He was a good student and a faithful son. What are the benefits of being a good servant with a faithful reputation at your church? The end. God bless you and thank you for joining me today.